If you are a creative person, then you know that feeling of sitting down in the blank page, sitting down at the blank canvas, the lump of clay, and knowing that you want to create, having an idea, just barely being able to see the shape of that idea in your mind, and having that blank canvas stare back at you. It's terrifying. It oftentimes sends you running to do the dishes or picking up on chores that you haven't quite gotten around to. What do you do when it's like that? What do you do when you have that idea, that spark of an idea, but you're not quite sure what to do with it yet? Well, probably one of the best things you can do is to power through it. Stephen King tells us in his book on writing that the first, I think he says 5 million words, which is a lot of words. He says the first 5 million words are just practice. And that's easy to say when you're got this great idea for a wonderful novel, or you got this brilliant idea for a painting. You just know what the composition is going to be. That's easy to say. You got to get your practice out. But it's true. You gotta get out there and create. You gotta get out there and you gotta get your ideas started at least. And here's the thing: maybe your idea isn't a good idea, okay? But if you don't create it, you will never know. Will you, Tilly? Yes, if you don't go out there and start pounding away at that keyboard, you're never going to know if it's a good idea or not. Stephen King threw Carrie in the trash. He thought it was going nowhere. He wasn't sure that he was really qualified to tell that story. To write a story from the perspective of a 16-year-old girl. And that's an honorable fear to have, but Tabitha pulled it out of the trash and said, no, you got something here. You need to run with it. And it was a good thing. But even Stephen King wrote some real stinkers before Carrie came along. And if you ask him, he'll tell you he wrote some real stinkers after Carrie came along too. He may have loved them all, but sometimes we really like our stinkers. Sometimes we like our stinkers the best. We've all heard the phrase, you must kill your darlings, at least in writing. And the other thing is, every painter has a garage full of bad paintings. Picasso gave away a lot of paintings, gave away a lot of art. And who knows what happened. I know there was one Picasso that they found that was being used as the door to a chicken coop, because it didn't have value until Picasso had value. It was seen by the receiver of that painting as a bad painting. But every artist has to go through and get their bad stuff out in order to get to the good stuff. It's like sifting for gold or panning for gold. You get a whole bunch of mud in there and you get it into the water, the flowing water, and you start swirling it back and forth. And sooner or later you start getting these little gold nuggets out of there. And these little flecks of gold. Then you piece those little flexes together, melt them, and you get a nugget. And, being artistic and wanting to create, and that doesn't matter if it's the fiber arts or writing or painting or creating on YouTube, you got to get your bad art out of your head and out of your mind, and in order to find the good art that's in there. And that might be just what this video is just me getting the bad art out of my head. But yeah, when you have that fear of the page, when you have that fear of even musicians, when you have that fear of the instrument, you want to play, you're just not sure what to play, you just got to play, because you're not going to get to the good stuff if you're not holding your guitar, are you? If you're not actually painting, you're not actually going to paint a masterpiece. So whatever it is that you want to be doing creatively, you got to get over that fear of, is it going to be good? It doesn't matter if it's going to be good. Just do it. Get out there and create it, and get the bad stuff out of the way first. And you'll sift through that muck, and you'll find the good stuff. You'll find the little flecks of gold. And that stuff will become the nuggets that you melt together. And there's an analogy there. Hey, you know what? I'm trying. I didn't get a post in yesterday. I absolutely had to get a post done today. But yesterday was so much. I just didn't have the bandwidth to do a video yesterday. I had ideas. I had better ideas than what I think I have today. Yesterday, I wanted to congratulate everybody for not throat punching anybody. Some days, because that's the kind of day that I had. Some days, that's just the way it is. If you don't throat punch, if you make it to the end of the day without throat punching somebody, you win. You have been successful. But here I am. I'm going to get the bad art out of the way. I don't even have a gimbal. I'm just holding the phone in my hand. And listen, in the unlikely event that you have made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you watching. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this channel, or where this channel is going, and what's it all about. But we're going to, if it turns into a motivational channel, oh well. Hey, if you're here because you found this motivating, you know what? Tell me so, and that lets me know who it is that I'm talking to. If you're not here, well, you're not here, so you can't say nothing. But listen, I really appreciate you watching. One thing I have learned is, I did a few videos where I visited some antique stores, and those videos have done very well compared to the talking head kind of videos like this right here. Those antique store videos have done very well. There's clearly an audience for that. So I am spinning off another channel. This is my personal channel. This is the account that I watch YouTube on. But I have created another channel, and I'm in the process of putting that channel together. It should go live here real soon. Junkin with Jerry, Jukin with Jerry. I'll put a link or something. But yeah, and that's going to be all antique store walkthroughs. So if you're returning to the channel because of that, I don't know why you're still watching right now, because this isn't one of those videos. But somehow, if you're watching right now, you're watching, and I thank you for that. The algorithm found you and suggested my video to you, so we must be meant to be together. But hey, thanks for watching. Get out, create, do the things that you love to do. Remember, you still got to be responsible and pay the bills. But have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.